Hello everyone, my name is Marissa Steffel and I'm doing my lesson plan on the Monstera Deliciosa. Throughout the presentation, I'll just be referring to it as the Monstera. So they are part of the Araceae family, and plants and species that are part of this family are often called aroids. Ultimately, these plants are flowering plants, and as you can see in the one picture, that is what a flower looks like on a monstera. Another common house plant that is a part of this family is the peace lily, as they have similar flowers. The monstera is one of the few aroids that produces fruit, and they are native to Central America, where they primarily live in tropical forests. The meaning behind the name: Monstera means monstrous, and as you can see in this picture, they can grow very large and very tall in the wild, and deliciosa is meaning delicious, and that is referring to the fruit that they grow. So in the wild, they produce edible fruit. They can be up to 10 inches long and 2 inches in diameter, as you can see in the picture below. They kind of look like green corn on the cob, and they take longer than a year to reach maturity. They have been said to smell like a mix of banana and pineapple, and as I mentioned, they're edible, so they are safe for humans to eat. So how they vary between outdoor and indoor. So at outdoor, they can grow up to 60 feet and be wide, and they also produce fruit and flowers in the wild. But indoor, they really can only grow up to 10 feet tall. As you can see in the picture above, that's actually my plant. It's not too tall, but she's kind of getting there. They rarely flower and they rarely produce fruit. This plant is also commonly referred to as the Swiss cheese plant, and that is because they have natural slits or holes in their leaves called fenestrations. Something that's interesting, and you can see in the top picture, is that young leaves don't produce those slits. It's the older leaves that continue to produce slits. So if you have a young plant, they only, or they don't have any holes or slits, but as it gets older and the new leaves start to grow, they will produce the slits. And there's really no exact answer why the slits or holes are developed. There are a few theories, though. One theory is that they are there to help the plant resist strong hurricane wind. Another theory is that it better allows water to come in contact with the roots. And lastly, the strongest theory is that the holes are for light to get through to the lower plants that are on the forest floor. So any little bit of light that can get through is great for the plants. So like I said, that's the strongest theory right now. And then this plant is also a climbing plant and in the wild, and you can do this also in indoors, but they scale trees and they like to climb up to access more sunlight. They're more, like I said, commonly found on the forest floor. And they have aerial roots, which that just means that they're roots that grow above soil and support the climbing plant. So in this picture, you can see some aerial roots. This is one with pretty long and big aerial roots. I would say my plant has aerial roots that are really only, they're less than an inch long. But these, what they do is they, help support the plant with growing and can kind of grow around things. So for an activity, after we've learned about the Monstera Deliciosa, you should research how to care for it as an indoor plant. One of the biggest things to look for is recommended sunlight, how often and how much it should be watered, and ultimately is it a difficult or easy plant to take care of, and why.